Hello and welcome to another video for Final Fantasy XIV with me, Meoni. Today we're looking at all of the housing items that come as a part of the island Sanctuary, Island of Cowries. This is in purpose possible due to the fact that you can actually trade these items on the market board, which is something I didn't first actually realize. Each of these items we're looking at today, these three items, the Chocobo Stable Essentials, which is an outdoor furnishing, the Coconut Water tabletop item indoors, and the Farmer's Straw Bed furnishing for indoors are all 1,000 cowries each. Now, whilst I wouldn't suggest actually using your own cowries on this, I would certainly advise going around the market board and having a look. But of course, that's what these videos are for, so that we can show things before you spend hard-earned currency. So they're 1,000 each. Probably one of the worst decisions you could make is to waste your cowries on day one of your island sanctuary on any of this stuff or any of the armor. So just hold on to them. You need quite a lot to actually get things, not alone even the rewards, but also for upgrading your island to the point where you can make a decent amount of cowries per week. You can make up to 17,000 cowries per week, judging by the fact there is actually an achievement to do so. If you go down the list long enough, you will find it, which is kind of crazy. I'm going to be working towards that. I'm sure it's possible, just a bit of min-maxing here and there. So let's go look at these particular housing items. Alrighty then, here we are in our FC's garden. It's a bit moody in the sky, but at least it's got some daytime to it. You know, unlike every other time I come to record, at least it's not nighttime or raining. I shouldn't have said that now, should I? So let's have a look at the first item from Island Sanctuary, which is Chocobo Stable Essentials. It says, everything a budding breeder needs to raise strong, healthy chocobos. This is a dyeable item. Presumably the crate is what dyes. We're going to put this next to our stables in a nice light area here so we can see this. And let's zoom in. And we'll have a rotation around this. Wow, this is actually a beautiful item. This is a representation of hours of grinding for materials on the Island Sanctuary. This is what it would look like if you didn't sell them all for Island Cowries, which I totally do, by the way, instead of keeping them to make for feed. Let me know if you're the same. I'd much rather have cowries than happy animals, but yeah, I know that's not how you're supposed to do it. It is a nice crate, a very large crate full of, I don't know, what's this, cabbages and carrots and things? Holy moly, that's a lot of stuff in there. We also have this beautiful broom on the side, which is nice. Actually, that does look good next to the stables if it was obviously brought closer to it. Yeah, nice item. Can we match the colours of the stables with the dye options? Let's have a look. Another question on my mind. Can we jump on top of it? The answer is obviously yes. Excellent. It is a small item, so when it comes to outdoor stuff, I always tend to pull a little bit of a face when we get a smaller item, but it is a very nice looking item, and of course a lot of people are going to be looking for stuff related to Island Sanctuary and animals and things like that, so this fits the bill. It dyes quite nicely in a range of different wood grain effects, as you can see, which looks really good. I don't know why you would want a bright pink vegetable storage box, but there we go. That's an option. And then we got a variety of browns, which honestly is the thing. I think that's probably the closest, isn't it? Bit chestnutty, maybe a bit too dark. I don't know. But there's some really nice, colors. This one reminds me of making it look like pallets, like they broke down a pallet of stock and then created something with it. I quite like that. But yeah, there's some good options here. You know, what can you say? It's a really nice crate full of veg. Doesn't have any interactions. The broom could have had its own dye palette if we lived in a future where dye palettes were a thing that we could, manipulate more than one color on them. I live for the day where that's possible. But again, I don't think that's something that Square Enix are probably going to prioritize, no matter how much I complain about it. It is a nice item. I think that is a really cool looking item. Is it going to be a permanent part of my FC's garden? Most likely not. I do prefer things that include many items together. such as like the bathhouse. That's one item, and it comes with a fountain, a spa, a roof area, you know, decorative things with towels and things. So it doesn't really stand much of a chance if something else comes along that's outdoors, because we have such limited spots. That's one of the biggest problems with housing items, especially the outdoors ones. And you have even less slots in, you know, your small or your medium houses. Anyway, let's go inside now, inside the FC house, because we have two other items to look at that are both indoors. So we have, first of all, we have the coconut water. So I'm going to need a desk to put this on. So bear with me a second as I try to find a desk. I should be able to just put it on this table, actually. Let's just put it on the table. Why not? Why not? Let's just stick it on a table. So, of course, once this is used, the item is no longer available for sale. So this actually has limited use on it. So if we were to drink the fluids within it, it would be an empty item. And if you tried to like store it or anything, you wouldn't be able to do that. It is a drink. It is a consumable at the end of the day. So what you want to do is not drink this at all, if possible. It is essentially what you would have if you've ever been on holiday where I mean, I've never been on holiday to a place like this, but I've seen it on movies where you have literally a coconut. And that's what coconuts look like, by the way, the outside shell that's all cut away, and then is the brown sort of nut shape inside. But they sort of bore out the green husk, and then they pour the drink into it after they've extracted all of the stuff. It's quite nice, actually, isn't it? I really fancy some Malibu right about now, actually. Probably a bit too early to start drinking, though. But that is a beautiful item. And yeah, obviously, if you drink that, then it's going to be less great. So I think that's a nice little addition. Nice little item. Got some nice little flowers on that. Obviously not dyeable because it's a consumable. Yeah, it's really nice. I like the little stamen sort of sticking out on the flowers here. Quite well detailed, isn't it, really? That's really nice. Just makes me want to put like Caribbean music on and just chill out with the summer flame pareo on and stuff like that. Just do like a summer flame dance. So we do actually need to take something up for a second so that we can actually look at things. I'm running out of spaces in this FC house. Let's see. Let's move this pig thing. There we go. So the final item is the farmer's straw bed. It says a comfy pile to lay back on and dream of swaying fields of wheat. Oh, that sounds great right about now. Holy moly, it's really big. I did not expect it to be as big as this. Oh, interesting. When you put it on the carpet, part of the underside disappears. Very interesting. Well, let's put that there then. I don't know if this is I mean, was this a dyeable item? Hold on. It was a dyeable item. That's surprising, actually. So this is your big pile of hay, I suppose. What do you call this? Just a big pile of hay. This is strange that this is an indoors item and not an outdoors item. I suppose you could like try and create a naturey sort of area, like a farmland area indoors. I find that a little bit strange. What they should have done is probably put this as an outdoors item. Presumably they couldn't though, because of /dozing on it would probably only work interior. Is that right? Is that the reason? Got a nice little hat though. Straw hat on the side of this blanket, which has of course got collision detection. But it just makes me confused why you would want straw inside your house, like hay bales. I don't know. Maybe that's a hidden thing that I don't know about. Why would anybody want that? Anyway, let's have a look at the dye options of this hay bale. I bet it's just the blanket, though. Personally, I don't think it will be anything other than the blanket. Okay. Oh, a bit of the brim of the hat dyes as well. Okay. So, yeah, it is just the blanket. I don't know. I'm still not convinced about this one. It's a nice checker blanket, which you can have nice sort of red color. But I think that the black in it should have been a lot stronger. So you could have a red and black checky blanket. That would have been so much nicer. We used to have one of those for going on picnics when I was a kid with my parents. Like a bright red blanket with like the black checks with it. It's fantastic. Bit of nostalgia, but we never put it on a bloody hay bale. Who does this? Why wouldn't you put the blanket on the floor near the hay bale or nowhere near the hay bale? Because no one likes hay. I don't know. Maybe you do like hay. I get hay fever, so yeah, it's probably not going to be a good time for me, is it? Also, it's really uncomfortable. I don't know if you've ever sat on a hay bale, but you get bits sticking in you, even through the blanket. This just looks uncomfortable in so many different ways. I'm sorry. Probably the white's the best one because it kind of looks like the checkerboard slightly, but I don't know, the textures aren't right. I mean, this is undyed. It's just not strong enough of a black colour. I don't know. Not my favourite, but of course the question is, can we doze on it? I'm sure we can. /doze. Yeah. Of course it acts as a bed for one person. So you can /doze on that if you want to. But I'm presuming that's the reason why they didn't make it an outdoors item, is because you wouldn't be able to do that on it. I don't know. Not a clue. Not a clue. Anyway, let me know if you've picked up any of these items yet. If you plan to spend 1,000 cowries each of your hard-earned Island Sanctuary currency on these, or if you're going to wait a bit, like me, and save up for some mounts and glamour and hairstyles and barding and holy moly, there's a lot on there. There's like 4 or 5 mounts, a barding, a full glamour set. There's a lot to look at. I'm looking forward to saving up though. But yeah, anyway, for more videos like this and obviously other 6.2 stuff, stay tuned and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.